I'm not sure if this is going to turn this around the other way. However, if you are watching, do you want to be in the video? Do you care?
I don't care.
Cool, right on. If we get you in there, I just don't want you to not want to be in the video. Cool. So anybody who's gonna watch this, we're just we're just two guys hanging out after we're just looking to play a little bit of ensemble music. So when you have a couple woodwinds that play together, it sounds really cool. It's lots of fun. What we're going to do is we're going to go over some music basics for theory here, and then just be able to go to a place where we're able to play notes together, and then add on like a third or fourth person. By doing so, we might be able to get like two altos, a tenor, and maybe a trumpet or something, which would be so sick. However, if you have questions, ask those questions, and then we'll try to get to those. Otherwise, we're just going to kind of move along in a good pace. So what we were just talking about, I'm not going to be really interacting with the YouTubes live here, but I will watch it every once in a while. So what we're talking about, go ahead. Our explanation is we have a 1, which is in the key of C. So when we do our C major, right, we have you got it? C, D, E, F, G, A, G, and then C. Beautiful. And the idea, we'll work into that read. The idea of knowing your intervals, of being able to go and alternate between them. You'd be doing C, D, C, E, C, F, C, G. Now, you had a question just a second ago. Can we jump on that so we don't lose the thought?
After the fourth, what is that?
After the fourth
flat,
what?
flat 5.
Okay, so
Flat 5 and augmented 4.
yes.
Is it same as flat 5? Sharp 4 and
You got it. Now here's the rationale. There are only 3 states of being for every type of note. So with the types of notes that we are looking for, we're looking for this kind of like either perfect, it's either a major or a minor, or it's an augmented and a diminished. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So every single chord or every single note that makes up a chord or an idea can be augmented or it can be diminished. Meaning, when you play a C, you can augment it. And augmentation just means you go up by a half step.
Oh.
Yeah, and then a diminishing means you go down a half step. Yeah. So the idea behind this, if you go up to a C sharp is a D flat. What we're talking about are 7 notes in the Western ear, which is called a diatonic scale. But truthfully, we have C sharp right here. C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, E sharp, which is also F, F sharp, G sharp, because this is G, A, this is A sharp, and then B, and then it goes back to C. Well, if you diminish them all, you have B flat, you have A flat, G flat, F flat. This D flat is going to be an E flat, or D sharp is E flat, and then C sharp is a D flat. So enharmonically speaking, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 notes. Those are our chromatic notes. So we can hit like 1, 3, 5 in a major or a minor, and we will always know where we're at with these notes, because any note that's not those we could see as being like the middle note, something that's not part of the flow, not consonants, they're diminished or dissonances. C, E, and G, when we do something like Those are our 1, 3, 5, right? To an octave. Those are what we work on first for our arpeggiating structures. So if the song is like something where like that was a G, but C. C. That's right. C, E, G. So you get good at doing just 1, 3, 5. Hey, Wookie. Nice. So that note, that's a chromatic note. Because it's not in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does all that make sense up to here?
Yeah.
Cool. So the two types of scales that we use these notes. Now watch the idea of this. C can go to C sharp. Well, that's an augmentation. So C can be augmented. So every single note that we have in any one of these scales can be a C, and it can be augmented. D augmented. So we're having a D sharp or a D flat. It goes either way. When we play the 2, the 3, the 6, and the 7, those can only be major or minor. So the 2, 3, 6, and 7, you will never have a perfect 2. Never. It will always be a major second or a minor second. So the distance in between C to D is a major second because it's a combination of the shortest distance, C to C sharp, minor second. C sharp to D, minor second. What's a minor second plus a minor second? Major second. Well, by saying that, you can see that the interval that is known as a P5 is an addition of a minor second plus 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 a minor second. When we get 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minor seconds, we go from C to C sharp to D sharp to E sharp, which is F, to F sharp, and then it's G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A perfect fifth is a stacking of minor seconds. Now here's the thing. Just like electronics and how about this? Elements like sodium, table salt, NaCl. The reason why we don't like stacking, we do valence levels and the reason why we don't really compare salt to gold is because they're in 2 different categories. Well, music is in 2 different categories too. When we're talking about doing these, the reason why it's interesting to do this is a minor third is 3 minor seconds. A major third is 4 minor seconds. So when you and I are looking at notes on our staff and we read on our line that we're going from C to G, this is an interval of a perfect fifth. The interval that is below it, which is the same note of the G down here, is a perfect fourth. All of these will always add up to 9. Cool? So when we're doing lines, the reason why I ask you if this makes sense in the beginning is because doing lines and figuring out how to see intervals and know what notes are is the primary function of what I teach to all ages. So if we had this and we've got our treble clef, which means we're in the, do you remember what clef the treble clef is? Do you know what the treble clef is?
Yeah.
Cool. What clef is it?
That's a treble clef.
Yeah, but what note is this?
That is a G.
Yes, because when you get rid of the top of the treble clef, it looks like a little G.
Oh.
Boom. You'll never forget it, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So when you're doing this next stage, what we're looking for are intervals. Cool? Remember, perfects become perfects, majors become minors, augmenteds become diminished. Ready? What key is this?
But key.
Yes.
C.
C major has no sharps and flats.
Fa.
And then when we go 5 notes, G major has 1 sharp, and that sharp is F sharp. So when we go to D, D has 2 sharps. F sharp and G, A, B, C. So D has F sharp and C sharp. So when we play D major, the reason why it's D, we have F sharp. C sharp. F sharp, C sharp. If you played it with an F natural and a C natural, you would not get D major. Interesting. You get something called D Dorian. Now these are all modus, and they give feeling. Like D Dorian has a natural 6. That's what makes D Dorian D Dorian. That B natural, rather than this flat that should be in the key of D, B flat. That was called harmonic minor, because we had the 1, the 2, the flat 3, the 4, the 5, the flat 6, and then the natural 7. All music is viewed through the eyes of the major. So when you're thinking about a minor run to do, or a blues run, you're also thinking, oh, I'm in the key of blah. Blah has these blah notes. I'm going to change just this one. Does that make sense?
No, but when you say you're gonna change that.
So watch the example. We're playing in a song, and the song is in the key of whatever, and we're going to call it G. So F sharp's in there. Why? G has 1 sharp. That sharp is F sharp. So when I play G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, it has to be that. Or else the chord that is drawn isn't this chord, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. What's the major 7? The 1, the 3, the 5, and the 7 make up G, B, D, and then F sharp. So if somebody's playing a nice and airy jazz tune, we could have because the F sharp works. But if we have blues, the chord is no longer G major 7 with the F sharp, G, B, D, F sharp. We now have to use an accidental. That accidental returns any sharp note to its natural form. It's called a natural. The sharp goes up a half step, and the double sharp goes up 2 steps. You ever seen a double sharp before?
No.
Okay, don't let me break your brain. When you have a flat, there's something also called a double flat.
I never see that too.
Watch this. G sharp is A flat. Well, G double sharp is A.
Oh, okay.
It's just another way to look at music.
Why do they do that?
Because sometimes you play in minor keys, and because minors use accidentals. Most people don't even catch this concept here. When you're playing in a major key, you generally just have the accidental or the sharp or flat that's in the key, like in the key of A. C sharp, F sharp, and G sharp, right? 3 keys. C has none, G has 1, D has 2, A has 3. These 3. So when you play that, you get the 3 notes in there. Anytime you alter those, you get a different chord. Well, in this case example, we had G, B, D, and F sharp, which is feeling very jazzy. Right? When we change this to not being a major 7, and we put a natural note in there, we get an F natural. And that changes that F sharp to feel a little more like a longer resolution. Rather And then having like an immediate T-do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, a half step resolution. We have ta-do. And those three notes, the G, B, D, now with the F, make a completely different sound when you're trying to build your patterns. You hear it?
Yeah.
And it becomes more bluesy because the blues chord is the dominant 7. What we just did was we took away the major 7th, we threw in the minor 7. Now here's the crux. When you're playing something like, let's say in the key of G, you do not have to adhere just to the 1, 3, 5, but that's what we practice in the beginning while getting to know our instrument, getting to know the woodwind ensemble. And then one person just gets comfortable taking the root or the prime, one person gets comfortable taking the 3rd, and one person gets comfortable taking the 5th. And then after 2-3 weeks of playing music together, you switch. Somebody will play the median, and somebody will play the dominant, and somebody will play the root, the tonic. So when building these notes, it's good to know that this is our 1, 3, 5, and that when we're playing blues, yeah, we can play that 7, but don't forget, I mean, George Benson would love this. Don't forget about the 6th. What's the 6th in the key of E? Ah, damn it. What's the 6th in the key of G? Ready? G, A, B, C, D.
Back 2, right?
Yeah. So the idea is in your runs, you could do like, that E sounds great. G, E, F. And standard blues is like, right? It's just 1, 1, 3, 3, 5, 5, 6, 6, 1, 1, 6, 6, 5, 5, 3, 3. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. So to broaden your horizons, now here's what I tell my students. Do not go into chromatic mode. Don't play anything you can feel and not like, don't go crazy on it. Hit the notes you know, like G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then come up with patterns like with notes. Half note, whole note, eighth note. Half note, quarter note, eighth note, half note, quarter note, eighth note.
Oh, okay.
You dig? And then switch it up. Quarter note, half note, eighth note, and then you start building patterns. And if I hear you go, I'll be like, and then the other saxophone can hear that and choose whether they want to do dum 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 in harmony or dum 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 and go hum dum dum or da da dum or ba da da ba, or depending on how good you are. I'm not good enough to actually do those things, but that's the purpose.
Got it.
Play together, see what we can do, work off of each other and learn from each other's weaknesses and strengths, and then go play music for some band that's around town. Just providing a... I mean, I did Saturday in the Park today on piano. Never played it before. I had such a good time.
Where in the park?
Chicago. Saturday! And it was so much fun! But yeah, I'm really enjoying the requests that I get from everybody on this channel. Hi, everybody. Rome. Who can it be now? Freebird? Yeah. What up? What up, Zachary? How you doing, brother? Wago Chief. What's up? Got some no-see-ums today, I'll tell you that. All over my arm. I must have gone somewhere where there's some water. Dude, it's so nice to see you on the channel. Etole, how you doing? Tell you what, I play a bunch of different instruments. I'm not always great at any of them, but I love being able to go through the process of playing and learning something new. It's very, very awesome. In the long run, I don't know if I'll ever stop playing musical instruments.
No.
Picked up the clarinet. I'm horrible at it, but I'm looking forward to. I got Moon River. So pattern recognition. Let's just do one of those things here and talk about like the intervals. This is a great thing to see. You ready? So we're in the key of what?
That's right. It's G.
Yes, G major. Now you ready? Circle fifths. Majors.
Okay.
Minors. Diminished. It's how every chord works on the circle fifths. You go to the key of F. These are your three majors. These are your three minors. That's your diminished.
So wait, three majors.
Bop.
3 minor,
Bop.
2 diminished.
1 diminish.
1 diminished.
You got it. The key of
Oh,
G.
yeah, it's 1, yeah.
G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. F sharp's your diminished. The next key, it goes to the third. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B. Then you add the last one is your new sharp. C sharp. So let's look at the key of G. When we play just an interval like this, G, and then let's say we do it to this. Ready? I'm going to put, actually that wasn't natural, sorry. Beep, boop, beep. I'm going to put a flat right here. Cool. On one hand, or in your brain, but I say your hand, physically do it. Count from this note to this note. What is this note?
G.
Cool. G,
D.
A, B,
C.
C,
D.
D. Ready? G to D. That has a flat on it, so it's a D flat. Now here's the thing. Is D in the key of G?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Now let's take this D and go down here. Ready? Here's our C, and here's our D.
Mm-hmm.
C, D, E, F, G.
Right.
The note up here and the note down here have to equal 9. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Cool. So how many sharps and flats are in the key of D?
I don't know.
How many are in C?
None.
How many are in G?
2.
No.
2 sharp.
How many are in C?
0.
How many are in G?
1.
What is that sharp?
Wait. F sharp.
It is.
Yeah, F sharp.
Yeah, it is. Oh, sorry. Zoinks. There we go. How many sharps in there? F. How many sharps in D? 2.
2.
F and C.
So that goes 2.
It
and
does, it
3,
layers.
4. Okay.
How many in B? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Cool. So what we're talking about is G. Now watch this. How many are in D? 2.
2.
What are they? F and C
C.
sharp. Cool. Let's write it. Ready? D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, and C sharp. Sorry. But here's the crux. That's a D flat. That's not a D major. It's a D flat. So I'm going to teach you one of the most valuable pieces of information in all music kind of theory. How many notes are in a diatonic scale?
7.
How many sharps are in the key of D?
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many flats are in the key of D flat?
How
Look
many?
at my hand.
5?
Yeah.
How do you figure it out?
Watch this. How many
Okay.
sharps are in the key of G?
1.
How many notes are in a scale?
7.
How many sharps in G?
1.
How many flats in G flat?
6.
Yeah. 1,
Is
2,
it-
3, 4, 5, 6.
And the whole note minus.
Always works every single time.
Really?
How many sharps are in the key of B? None in C, 1 in G. 2, 3, 4, 5. How many notes in a scale?
7.
How many flats are in key of B flat?
2.
Yeah. 1 in F, 2 in B
How
flat.
many? Oh. So you to get flat, you
Go the other
go
way.
either way.
You got it. And what we do is this is called the circle of fifths, and then the circle of fourths. C, D, E, F. F, G, A, B flat.
What is the application of that one? Is that like
Ooh. What is the application of the chord or the movement, or what is the application of the
the
circle?
movement, the circle of fifth?
The circle shows tonality on what chords are in family keys. When we're in the key of B flat, the family keys are these. So you will always know, oh yeah, there's an F and a B flat and an E flat. In the key of B flat, when I write it, I would go B, C, D, E, F, G, A, and then go, cool. How many flats in the key of F? 1. It's B flat. Boom. How many flats in the key of B flat? 2. B flat, E flat. Done. So when I go to B major and I just write B here, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. B flat, when you augment it by a half step, B flat becomes B natural.
Yeah.
C,
So
I'm sorry, becomes C
sharp.
sharp. D becomes D
D
sharp.
sharp.
E becomes E natural.
Natural.
F becomes F sharp.
sharp.
G sharp, A sharp. Why are there 5 sharps in the key of B?
Oh.
Because the 2 notes that were in the key of B flat are no
Oh,
longer
because
flat.
that B flat augmented, that
Yes.
changed everything.
And I go as far as in my brain to watch what B double flat is.
So when B double flat.
Yeah. B double flat, C flat, D flat, E double flat, F flat, G flat, A flat. You will never forget B major or B flat if you know what B double flat is.
Uh-huh.
B double flat has how many double flats? 2. It just solidifies how many flats are in B flat. Let's do B sharp. How many sharps are in the key of B? 5. So how many double sharps are now in the key of B? 5. B sharp. C double sharp. D double sharp. E sharp. F double sharp. G double sharp. A double sharp. Over and above, it's a hypothetical key, but you do use these in some minor facets when you're writing. Not me, I'm not good that good.
No,
but other artists do.
my daughter, she plays classical. I
I'm
saw
sure.
that. Like, what the heck is
What
that?
is that?
Yeah.
Oh, those pieces of music. The closest thing I've gotten is a little like trying to do music analysis on Rachmaninoff. It's ridiculously hard to read. It's not as bad as like reading handwritten Zappa, but it's pretty bad because the movement's there. I don't grasp any of it. But the idea is when you go through a section of just 8 bars and you could go through and go, what is going on here? It sheds so much light on all this nonsense. So in answer, we have our D flat, right? Let's get rid of our B flat idea. Here we go. D flat.
D flat.
Cool. Well, this is then E flat. This is F.
Like become
Natural.
a natural.
Yeah. G flat.
A
A flat, B flat,
and
C
C.
natch.
Yeah.
There you go. Here's the question. Is G natural in the key of D flat?
G knows. No.
No, it is not. How do you get to that note?
You
Now here's the G right here. How do you get to it?
diminish it.
That's the idea. So like here, G to D is called a diminished fifth. What's the opposite of diminished?
Augmented.
What is 9 minus 5?
4.
The distance between D flat and G is an augmented fourth. The distance between G and D is a diminished fifth. Actually, is that right? Yeah, that is right. Because GBD is a fifth. If you're not going fully 5, a perfect fifth, what's 1 less than a perfect fifth? Augmented fourth or a diminished fifth. Yeah, it's a hard one, I know. Let's do 2 more so your brain can wrap it around. So pick a key, any key. Stay simple. Stay within 5 flats or 4.
Okay.
4 under 3 probably. It's
Probably.
easier to visual when you don't put accidentals
A
in there.
D.
Just give it a second. Is your cognitive the reason with physical contentment? Oh, that must not be for me. Let me get back to that. What was it?
D.
D. Cool. We just did D, didn't we? No, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put our bars on our staff through our
D.
treble cuff,
Okay, G.
through our F sharp, G, A, B, C. Cool. Pick a note. Here, we'll just throw them out. D,
D.
E, F sharp, G, A, B, and C sharp. You know what, too? I need to make sure I'm looking at my text. I don't want Calvin standing outside. So what'd you do? What pick? What you got there?
Let's pick B.
Cool. So which B? You want to go high or low? You want to go middle line?
Middle line.
Middle line. Cool. So watch this. We're gonna go B to that note. What is that note? What does the key signature say?
There's a B.
Cool. B to.
One,
And you don't really need to care about the key signature either. Just
Oh.
count up. You ready? B,
B.
C, D,
A.
B, C, D, E.
E. F.
Cool. B, C,
F right
D,
there.
E, F. How many?
Yeah.
How many is that? Cool. You're right. 5. Let's take this F and put it down here. That's an octave below. It's still an F sharp.
1, 2, 3.
Cool. What is 9 minus 5?
4.
Cool. So that's going to be the distances between our F sharp up here and then our F sharp down here. So now here it is. How many sharps and flats are in the key of F? None in C. How many in F?
How many flat?
Yes.
None.
None in C. How many in F?
1.
1. Ready?
Yeah.
How many sharps in the key of F sharp?
How many sharp? 6.
Yes. So when we write F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, The only reason why B is that is because the B is the flat in the key of F. And if you need to see it, F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E. So when we go here, that one's there. C sharp, D sharp, and E sharp. Why does F sharp have 6 sharps? Because the only note that's not sharpened is the one flat in the key of F. Cool? It's hard. It's a brain farter, isn't it? And then here's where we're going. In the key of F sharp, is there a B in the key of F sharp?
Yes.
Cool. Perfect fourth. Perfect fifth. Perfect equals perfect. Done. Check your work. Is B to F sharp a perfect fifth? B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. Is F sharp in the key of B? Yes, it is. It is a perfect fifth. Just like going from F sharp to B is a perfect fourth. As so below as it is above. We're just seeing it the difference of one step. Cool? So how does this apply to what we're doing? You can hear having like a B up to that F sharp. You now, forevermore, you'll always know is a fifth. What is in the middle of B and F?
In the middle.
Yeah. What's the median? What's the third? What determines major or minor?
D.
You betcha. So D sharp is going to be the major. D is going to be the minor. So you can choose. And right there, you've just been able to determine between major and minor. The fingerings get weird. But being able to do your runs, remember as we said, arpeggiating those. So like, you could hear the B, the F sharp, the D sharp, and then you can get your tonality. Well, when you learn how to go through notes and stuff by doing like, I went from a flat 3 to a natural 3, and now I'm going to hit the 5. See how it just became bluesy?
Yeah.
And you can do that with every single key. So you start with one key and you work on it. You're like, okay, we're doing B. Now we're going to do A or G. So if we had G, we'd have 1 flat 3. That's a hard one. B flat to B. There's 2 ways to play B flat too, and I suck at the other one. One is, it's just this. And that is the best for blues. Now try with the double down and your F. Yours sounds good. Mine sounds like weak sauce. I'm not sure. They just sound the intonation sounds off. Oh, try that for me. Do trills.
I did throw it. Is that?
Oh, cool. You did that? What are you doing down there? You're holding their middle?
Yeah.
Cool. Try that and do it with your side key, bottom F. Two finger down.
You do B.
So actually, there's 3 ways to play B. B flat, right? Yeah, 3 ways to play B. Cool. So, does this make sense?
Yeah, that's a lot of information.
It is. It's a lot of memorization.
But now I kind of like understand what.
Okay.
Circle of fifth and.
Excellent. That's what we're looking to do on our first time together. That's amazing. And if anybody's here in the comment section, you're watching this and you're playing a little as well, that's amazing. I don't have anybody in here to moderate, so can we do a little bit of moderation? I don't know if Zachary, if you're still in here, but I'm gonna add you on as a moderator, buddy. Manage block words, change or review. I'm gonna make Zachary a moderator. Zachary, if you're still there. If not, no worries. You play tenor brick crafts, awesome. Right now we're gonna talk about how to modulate. So this might be something that is interesting. I don't know, take it or leave it. What do you do? Okay, so do you remember what pitch all instruments are generally in?
No.
Cool, it's called concert pitch. The piano, it's in concert pitch. It's in the key of C. Almost every instrument has a standard tuning. The guitar, even though it's not in the key of C, it has standard tuning. You know what I mean? A bass, standard tuning. Violin, standard tuning. They all tune to like E, A, D, G, or E, A, D, G, B, or E, A, D, G, B. Sometimes you get like low.
Is that you when you strum it open?
Yeah, when you strum it, if you do it open, I mean, hypothetically, if you took all the keys of E, E, A, G, my brain is farting. G, A, G, D, B, E, E, G, B is E minor. So that's an E minor. And then if you take that stacking of that and put an A on top of this, E, G, B, A, well, E, F, G, A. That's a sus, but you don't call minors susses. So that's an 11. Does that make sense? Right now we've got the key of E major, because all music is viewed through the eyes of the major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. How do you make any major a minor? You flatten the 3, you flatten the 6, you flatten the 7. Why does E minor have the same key signature as G major? Because they share one flat. Yeah, cool, huh? So the reason why when we see a key signature like this, it could be either in the key of E minor or G, is because it just depends on the tonality of the song. If the song is all about, it's like it's doing this. Chances are it's in the key E minor rather than in the key of D. And how do you know? The whole sense of the song will feel melancholy or sad or kind of in a minor key. Not always the case, but 9 times out of 10. The telltale way to know, inside the music, you will have the key signature. And then if you ever have notes like this, it'll take these notes. Now, this is way too hard to get into, but the reason why this is called natural minor is because it uses the natural notes that are in the minor. If you replace this one right here, just the D, and put the D sharp back in there, it's something called harmonic minor. And it sounds like this. What key are we in? E, so. That's E natural minor. Here's E harmonic minor. It puts that T-do right back into the minor rather than the major, and it gives more of a sense of dissonance, because the dissonance between E and D sharp is palpable at best. It sounds like this. Yuck! Isn't that great? But when you put the triad in there, it sounds gorgeous. It's an E major 7. It's gorgeous, right? But that E to D sharp, horrible. So, natural minor, harmonic minor, and the last one is called melodic minor, where we put back the C sharp. And to be more important, this one's called ascending, because when you play, there's a period in time where there was no melodic minor. All music that was ever created had the natural minor, and then I think in the 1400s they stumbled upon putting back the 7th as the lending tone. 200 years have passed. Wow. Another 200 or 300 passed until like the 1600s after the Renaissance, or during the end tech of the Renaissance. They started to realize if you went up as an ascending and went down as a natural minor, it did something to the ear. The music changed. So you kind of have 3 states of being, but this one could go up or down. So this one, if you're doing like, I went up ascending and down natural minor. So your patterns can be like that. You could be like a That is melodic minor. And then I could use like that G sharp and move around inside of here and put like a major note in there and go. Because they're right next to it. Ha, 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 ha. So what we're doing is we're learning a couple notes, finding out the neighbor note, and then trying to see if patterns work over the top of them. Knowing your intervals works well. But the reason why these are funny is like even like the guitar as we were doing right here as an 11. Well, now we have these. That B doesn't really matter. We have that, and what's the D in correlation to the E? D, E. Well, the D in the key of E major, it should have been D sharp as we just saw. Well, what is the D in the key of E or E minor? It's the minor seventh. Or in the key of G it is, but the idea is what we're going for here is this D only makes another point. This is hard to explain through the eyes because there's a lot of musical context in here, and I'll do my best to explain it in a very quick way, but when you have an E, G, and a B, and you want to go to your 11, which is your A, G, A, in order to go up there, we passed the other E, didn't we? E, F, G, A, B, or E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. We passed that octave, right? So we have another E. Anytime you go past the octave and you want to get a 9 chord, or an 11 chord, or a 13 chord, you must include the minor seventh, hands down, every time. So the minor seventh, you have to have this D note, E, G, B, D, and then here's our other E, and then our 11 is this. Those are all the notes of the guitar. This is what that chord is. Does that make sense? When you strum a guitar, it's that. It's an 11 chord. Always. If you strum the 7th fret, all of them, it's a B11, B minor 11. Dig it? It's a hard thing to know, but here's the idea. It's not what you know, it's how you apply it. And when you apply certain things at different levels at 6, 8, 10, 15 years go by, and you know this because you play other instruments, this is what I was always missing. As soon as I put it in my head, I was like, oh, this Zappa song makes sense now. Or this Spyro Gyro song makes sense. Or now I see why Steely Dan is so good. These are all things that never really made sense until I was making the correlation and doing music analysis and seeing what artists do. And going, man, Zappa feels like he writes almost everything in C. Turns out he writes a lot in C, and then he modulates. So the last thing that I want to put us on here, I want to see if Calvin's here. I don't want to make sure he's outside. Trying to get in. He said he would text. All right, whatever. And then the last thing is how to modulate. Now here's the real bummer. Do you know what key the saxophone's in?
B flat.
No.
No?
A tenor is.
What?
Yeah, tenor's in B flat.
What is this?
This is E flat. Yeah. So it's a whole eternity away. Now here's the idea.
E flat.
Yes. So there are many, many different instruments, and many of them have phylums. I'm not going to do them all, but concert pitch, you can name them all. You have like piano, guitar, or strings, you know? I mean, I guess you could say that, yeah, mandolin, blah, blah, blah. Concert pitch, and then when we go to like the key of F, French horn. French horn. Do you know what a French horn is? Cool. It has a big bell and curved around. French horn's in the key of F. Cool. A harp. Generally, harps are in the key of C sharp. Irish harp, Celtic harp, stuff like that. A sitar, C sharp.
What?
Yeah, sitars are generally in the key of C sharp or D, or sometimes C. Use like ma, ga, pa, ra. They're just do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, de. When we say it in English, it sounds stupid after learning Indian. Yeah. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and it's silly. It's so much easier to do subdivisions using T's and P's and R's and saws than it is doing English. And then B flat instruments. Tenor sax. Clarinet. Certain clarinets. E flat. Flute.
Alto too?
Alto. Yeah. So guess what? You can play. Just because I've seen you play saxophone now, guess what? You also know how to play. You also know how to play the flute. There's only a couple different fingerings. You know, you take this, like a D is like this, right?
Right.
And then you put down one more finger,
Then,
or
yeah.
one finger here. It'll change, but all you have to do is learn three more fingerings. You have flute. Now it's about the embouchure, being able to make a note out of the top of the mouthpiece on the head.
What about trumpet?
Trumpet is B flat.
B.
There are different tunings for all these. Like a cornet is a cornet. A cornet is any type of trumpet, but there are different types of trumpets. Like fugal trumpet, I'm pretty sure fugal trumpet is an A. I'm not sure about it. It's been a while. I've got a big old book that does this. I've done a lot of music history as well.
So there's the cornet is classified as trumpet?
Yes. A cornet is a trumpet.
Okay. I'm learning that.
I know. There's so much learning. I mean, when I was a bad kid in school, I had a teacher that made me.
You're a bad kid.
Used to make me copy out of the science note cards and out of the music book. I must have copied at least the first 5 chapters of the music book, like from like caveman, how flutes were made, like sucking the marrow out of bones. I was fascinated. I would get in trouble just to go read the book and go, yeah, it's great.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I know why I'm a musician now. Then it wasn't that thing. So everything has a different pitch. So what we have to do is we have to do this thing called transposition. Now there are 2 different concepts. One we just talked about. It's called modulation. One is like you're in the key of you and I are playing and we're in the key and we're doing do 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 ba do 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 ba do boo ba do 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 do. We go through the whole song and then there's ba do 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 and we're like do 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 ba do ba do. We change keys. So you and I modulated to a new key. When we transpose, we take a song that is already written and then we put it in another key for another instrument. Cool? So if we were singing and playing a song in concert pitch, and that song was in the key of G, and we have a tenor, which is a B flat instrument, and then we have an alto, which is an E flat instrument, what keys would we be playing in? So the idea is, if I went over the piano and I was going to go like I cannot play G on the alto because it's not the same key. But this is. What?
Is it a D?
It's not.
No.
Now here's how I do it. When we're looking at this, you would need to go G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. Right? When you want to go to a tenor, you would say, what key are we in?
G.
What is the minor 7th of G? Because
no, minor 7 of G is E sharp.
E sharp, or enharmonically, we would call it, these are the 7th, major 7th,
E
minor
sharp
7th.
is.
Yeah, so you want a F,
Yeah.
right on.
Yeah.
When you're going to that key, you can look at that and go, oh, cool. Oh, I see it now. If I'm playing in the key of G and I've got a tenor, I'm going to be playing an F on the tenor sax. When I'm in the key of here, we could do a couple things. In fact, you can do a couple things this way. Let's not even worry about tenor sax. Let's just worry about our instrument. The way I do it is I memorize this. Every single chord has a relative minor. We just talked about it, right? What is the relative minor of the key of G? Remember when I did this? I took E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, and D, and said, how do you make any major a minor? And we did like that.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, E major, when you make it into E minor, has 1 sharp. That shares the key signature with, cool. Every key, the 1 to the 6, is the relative minor. So if we go over to the circle, C to A. C to A, relative minor. G to E, D to B, A to F sharp, E to C sharp. Do you see that? 4 notes away.
4 note way.
Yeah, B flat to G. So when you're playing in the key of B flat major on guitar, the relative minor is G minor. They have the same key signature. All the notes in the pentatonics work because they're all the same.
G to E.
G to E, which means when you play, you're viewing it through the eyes of the major. Well, you can view it through the eyes of the minor. One just has a major tonality, the other one has a minor tonality, but they both essentially are the same key signature, so they have a saxophones. What? And see, these are my favorite things because we're gonna get to hear 3 saxophones doing our thing.
That's awesome.
You know, and then I know it's just a little bitty thing right here, but we could all talk about doing one song, work on that one song, and then be with it. Cool. I'll be right back.
How you doing?
Hello.
Hey.
Calvin.
I'm Yoga.
Yoga?
Nice to meet you.
man.
Yeah, we've been talking about this, like the same. We've been talking about like doing something like saxophone, this and that. I'm not that great, but I know a couple notes.
That's cool, yeah.
And
It's
do
better
you
than
mind being videotaped or being on tape?
I don't mind.
Cool, shoots. It's live recording right now to my channel. Yada yada.
What's the matter with you?
Oh no. Whatever you want, really. And I'll put this right here. Cool. Right on, yeah. So yeah, 440 hertz is where it's at. Yeah, 440. Yeah, a lot of people talk about like 432, 438. I can't really hear the difference when I'm playing, but I've heard that it does wonders for your brain when you start playing and listening to music only in lower registers, lower frequencies. So I don't know. There's a weird conspiracy theory that talks about a bunch of stuff. Uh-oh. Lost audio? Oh, there we go. Lost audio because of the... Hey, Donna, thanks for being here. And doing a little moderator. We're just hanging out. I really, really appreciate that. And this is essentially the beginning of our little ensemble. This is great. And I've got a student that plays drums that when we kind of get our stuff together, they could keep...
Oh, cool.
Just, you know, yeah. And it will help them learn how to play with other people and listen and do dynamics, and it'll help us to be able to organize. But at the end of today, I would love to talk about picking one song. Yeah, man. You have a tenor? Yeah. Yes!
Awesome.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out great. 2 altos and a tenor. Excellent. So that's what we were kind of just talking about on how to modulate, move stuff around.
Okay.
And let me see if I can pull up like a saxophone modulation or transposition sheet.
Calvin, you play someplace?
Sorry.
Do you play someplace?
Just on my porch.
Yes.
Yeah, I picked this up at a garage sale.
Here?
Almost 2 years ago now. Yeah.
What? That looks really
I
good.
played clarinet in school, but I always wanted to play sax. I just, didn't have space in the band or whatever. So come out here and find one of the yard sales. I'm like, you know what? Let's go.
That's nice. I played a long time ago. This is the first time I pick it up. Where I go and like
Been a long time.
push me.
I played a long time ago too. I played when I was like 16. Nice. Excellent. Gorgeous tone. Love the tone. Yeah. Well, groovy. I would say that what we went over was how to see intervals and notes. Do you want to hop over here and I'll get out of your way?
Just on that side?
Yeah, so I use that
Alright.
the board. Niceness.
Yeah.
And then what we just covered was basically how to see the notes. So do you know how to sight read just a little bit of music?
I'll brush it back up.
The
in
basic
seconds.
idea is I'm not a good sight reader either.
Yeah.
I read very, very slow. So
Yeah.
one of the things that I wanted to do was just talk about the modulations. The modulations are the hardest part of this whole thing. And anybody out there, if you're watching this and you don't know how to modulate, this actually works quite well. Tennessee. So we just had this written out here. We're talking about key signatures and how to get through it. Since we have the tenor, we're going to put it right back in. In the key of G, when we want to go to our key for here, what do? We looked at the key that we're in. So what key are we in? We've got G. Oh, that looks like hell. We gotta read that was a little confusing. Oh, we got my violin student stuff down here. So circle of fifths, best friend. No sharps and flats. C, D, E, F, G. G has one sharp. That sharp is F sharp. So when we say C, we say C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. When we say G, we say G, A, B, C, D, E, and then we add that one sharp. Or else, if we didn't, we'd be playing G Mixolydian, which is in the key of C. It's a modus, or a mode, or a mood, but we don't talk about it in the beginning, just talk about G major. G major has one sharp. That sharp is F sharp. D major has two sharps. F sharp, C sharp. A, E, B, F sharp, C sharp. These are all of our sharps. C flat is a B, G flat is an F sharp, and D flat is a C sharp. And then the flats, F has one flat. That flat is B flat. When you have B flat has two flats, E flat and B flat. Then you have A flat, and then it continues. Circle fifths, circle fourths. Always start on a diatonic scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, with the tonic, the root, the foundation. That's how I do it. I go down when transposing for a saxophone that is a B flat, and then I go up for alto. Don't know why I do that. The idea is you can still go down. So what we discussed earlier were called intervals, yes? So when we have one, it's the root or the tonic. How about we call it the tonic? Then we have the subtonic. Then we have the mediate, perfect fourth, perfect fifth. I'm sorry. Maybe these wrong names. They're not the wrong names. They're wrong for this equation. Tonic, subtonic, mediate. This one's the subdominant. The fifth is the dominant, submediate, and then we have the lending or the leading tone. So in each one of these, there are notes in between them. This one is our root, our foundation. This is the major second, major third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, major sixth, major seventh. When we were talking earlier, we said the 2, 3, 6, and 7 can be majors or minors. The 1, 4, 5, and 8 can be perfects. And then every one of these can be augmented or diminished by going up a half step or down a half step. So the way that I modulate for a tenor, which is a B flat, is I think about the key. Well, if I was in the key of C, which is what concert pitch is, I would go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. This is the major seventh, we're not looking for the major seventh, because when everybody else is playing an instrument that's in C, our instrument will be playing, the tenor will be playing not in B, but in B flat. So any key you're in, you take the root or the tonic and go down a major second. Yeah?
Okay.
So in the key of G, you would go to F. So if you know how to play an F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F, you're in the key of G.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay, it's hard in real time. It's good. Oh, sorry. It's good in explanation, but it's hard as heck in real time. Sometimes you're standing with the band, they're like, "All right, we're playing E blues." You're like, "Ugh, yuck." So it's like E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, B, E, D sharp, D. Boom. You're playing in the key of D with never anybody. Or you could just memorize all your keys. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
I haven't really done it. I still modulate. For us, the most important thing, rather than thinking major, second, or minor thing, you would think going down. So G to an F sharp is a half step. That's a minor second. You would then go to the minor seventh there. That's another minor second. And then going down another one is another minor second. You can either go down a minor third, or you can go up. What's 9 minus 3?
6.
What a major is, what's the opposite of a minor?
Minor, major.
Yes. You can either go up a major 6, or you go down a minor third. Did that
They
make
come
sense?
from 9, up 6, that 9 number.
The 9, it's the magic 9 number. That's what all these work out. So if you are going to hear, and what we just tried to see was, if we've got these
Down.
notes, right,
Yeah.
and you want to see in the key of G how to go to E, this E right here and this G right here have a distance. But if we're playing from these two, G, A, B, C, D, E, that is a major 6. Well, what's 9 minus 6? 3. What's the opposite of a major? Minor. Yeah, well, when you put the E down here on the bottom line, the distance betwixt these two is a minor third. The distance between these two is a major 6. Ah. So with the B flat, you're going down a major second. Well, what's the opposite of a major second? Well, what's the opposite of a major? Minor. What's 9 minus 2?
7.
Cool. You could either go up a minor 7 or down a major 2. Either one of those, same note, in theory. Cool? So for us, here's why it's pretty important for you. Ready? And also, in music theory, every key has a relative minor. G major, E minor. They share a key. When I do this and I put F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp, I have the key of A. Well, A shares a relative minor with F sharp minor. So what I do is if we're in the key of G, I just go, oh, well, I know all my relative majors and minor. The relative minor of G is E minor. Turn it into an E major. That's how I do it. Does that make sense?
Makes
So
sense right now, but I think it's need to.
It's application. So let's do one more key and let's see if we can do it. We already did G right here. You would be in F and we would be in E. Majors, right? Pick another key out of our circle fifths, any key. E flat. Cool. So if we had an E flat right here, we would go, cool. How do we spell E flat? There are no sharps and flats in the key of C. F has 1, it is B flat. B flat has 2, B flat, E flat. E flat has 3. B flat, E flat, and A flat. So when we write E flat, we say, you could probably just draw them out. It's easier to begin. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, and then E. Those are our notes. This is our diminished. There is 1 flat in the key of F. There is 2 flats in the key of B flat. And there are 3 flats in the key of E flat. Does that make sense? And what we were talking about earlier, if you do E major, how many sharps and flats in C?
0,
In G?
1,
In D?
2,
A?
3,
How many in E?
4,
Cool. How many notes in a scale?
7.
Take away those 4 sharps. How many flats in the key of E flat? boom, bam. In the key of G, how many notes in the scale?
7.
How many sharps in the key of G? Just one.
Oh, 1.
How many flats in the key of G flat?
5, 6.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will always work that way. So for us, the way that we modulate is somebody's like, we're playing in the key of E flat. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You and I are playing in the key of C major. No sharps, no flats. I love the key of E flat. It's great. All right, and then how about for the tenor? We can either go up a minor 7th, so it's the note that presides here, or we go down.
So it would be the sharp for C?
It would be either C sharp or D flat.
Okay.
Whatever you want to call it, those notes are enharmonically of the same thing. So yeah, you would be in, I would call it D flat, just enharmonically, because D is the 7th, and then it would make sense it's D flat. So yeah, that's it. And if you needed to look at it from another way, we could go, okay, well, 1 minor 2nd, major 2nd, minor 3rd, major 3rd, perfect 4th, augmented 4th, perfect 5th, augmented 5th or minor 6th, major 6, minor 7. Boom. C sharp, D flat. Oh, cool. So that's how we modulate. And since we're doing that, let's kind of just stick with this. Let's pick one more key, and then we'll go from that. And that'll be the one that we kind of hang on and play a couple notes, and then see if we can harmonize together. And then that really sets the tone for the future too. And I'm really excited because I know there are a couple bands here in town that we'll find a band who has their stuff together. We'll tell them we'll show up for one practice before their show if they'll have us. We'll work out little kinks, and then we'll go play our first thing with the band, maybe 1 or 2 songs. Okay, you know, maybe not a whole thing, but yeah.
Right.
I've always wanted to play in a section. I've only played in a jazz band in high school. But I've always wanted to play in a section.
Yeah.
So this is a fulfillment of one of my dreams, and I hope y'all's as well. Yeah.
I get a couple guys that want to play trumpet.
You want to play trumpet or another guy?
No.
Michael, what a guy? Or are you?
My neighbors, and
Oh, that's
then one more guy is Ray. He owned a what do you call it? Trade, the use kind of not pawn shop, trading company. Hilo Trading.
Oh, Hilo Trading
Yeah.
Post. Trading Post or
Trading
Legion or
Post,
whatever.
yeah.
Cool. The more the merrier. Anybody's welcome.
Yeah.
We won't be as wordy as this. There'll probably be more playing, but getting on the same level and understanding what's going on is also super crucial.
Yeah.
Plus, this is kind of what my forte is. So, by all means, I want you guys to take this information
Yeah.
and have it for your own.
It's
Cool.
too much sometimes.
It's 45 minutes of theory is. I do lessons for 30 minutes, and I'm always like, slow down. There will be tomorrow. Everybody's gonna love it. Cool. Let's pick a key. Or harder on this is picking a song, because when you pick a song, you're like, oh, I love Sunshine, Bill Withers, and then you look it up, they're playing an A, they're A G D A, and you're like, cool, and you go to play and you're like, my A doesn't sound good. Well, that's what transposing for us does.
I see.
Cool.
Yeah.
Want to try that?
Yeah.
Right on. It's a little different for minors, but it's all the same thing. It's all relative major minor. Cool. So pick a key, any key. E flat. Okay. That's easy on me. I mean, how are you with C sharp or D flat?
I don't even know what it looks like on my fingers.
Okay, shoot.
Yeah.
Well, I guess what we were talking about to get to that point is knowing the difference between the two scales, diatonic and then chromatic. Do you know the difference betwixt the two? Cool. One has 12 notes, one has 7. This is our do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. The other one has every note in between.
Okay.
It has the 1, and then it has the augmented 1. It has the 2, and then it has the augmented 2. It has the 3, and then it has the 4. It has the augmented 4th, and then it has the 5. It has the augmented 5th, and then the 6th, the augmented 6th, and then the 7th, and then the prime again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. In comparison comparison to ha 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 ha. So the onus is on you. You find the first note, going, I got C sharp.
Okay, cool.
The lucky thing about C sharp is just C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B sharp, C sharp.
Yeah.
C major has no sharps and flats, so C sharp has all.
Okay.
That's the only thing. If you see it through the eyes of D flat, you have 5 flats. And music theory, we can talk about it later. But cool, we're in the key of E flat then. Let's see here. So, can anybody remember what we're playing in? If we're playing in a B flat instrument?
For which instrument?
Well, for tenor. You got your.
It was C sharp or D flat.
You betcha.
Yeah.
So you'd have C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, and then B sharp. Or D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, and C. And the reason why I know all this is I've spent over 200 hours doing this. Yeah. Worked real hard to get to understand this. It's just there now. But once you see it in bite-sized portions, it becomes a lot easier to dissect. You prefer F and C flat. Why? For alto? James, you play tenor, right? That makes sense. We're starting off at this. And then you and I, let's see here, E flat, and we worked it up. We went to C. So our notes are just going to be, how many sharps and flats are in the key of C sharp? 7. Well, how many are in the key of C? None. Cool. So you and I have C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. So the idea is when we're playing in the key of E flat, we are playing C. So over here, if I was doing something like the note you would play as your C sharp would feel like the E flat.
Okay.
So play a note that you do know. Any note.
Makes sense.
Yeah, make sounds.
All
You
I
know, is that all tree down on both hands?
That's yeah.
Groovy. On ours, that would be a D. So on yours, it's an A.
Yeah.
Yeah. So A for us would be, this is interesting to see. Cool. So the note that you hit right there is a B flat.
One out.
Oh, yeah. And let's see here. I want to check that. Alright, so we had all of them down. What is going on there? This can you play a G? And can you put 3 down on top of left hand? Yeah. You know what? These tablature, these finger charts for the tenor are wrong in here. The finger charts on the tenor thing on the other are for the alto. That's so stupid. Do you have a book to work from, Calvin? I work from the Rubank. I've never played saxophone, so it's kind of a mess around here, but it helps me as well trying to do this. Would you like a Rubank book?
For Sure, yeah.
The Rubank book has this in the front of it. It has every.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's what I need.
Right, yeah.
I don't know.
These are what I teach from for saxophone as well as clarinet and flute. But yeah, these are definitely for this. So if anybody's looking here, Rubank method is probably one of the best known and one of the best informative books that you can learn any instrument, especially woodwinds and stuff like that. Rubank.
Okay.
Definitely, I'll hook you up with that.
All right,
And then
yeah.
that was what I sat with for like 2.5 months before I finally got in. So
Yeah. Okay.
I say that we just wrap up this kind of thing here. We don't have to play through anything, but I do want to have the last thing that we do is see something like this. So what we're just literally going to be doing is trying to harmonize with each other, or not literally. I hate when people use that word wrong. We are auditorily going to try to harmonize with each other. We're talking about the key of E flat. How many flats did we say the key of E flat has? 3?
3.
Yeah, so this right here is going to be in concert pitch. Our concert pitch, when we alter it, goes to E flat. We have a B flat, E flat, and an A flat. That's our key in concert. When we go to tenor sax, we are going to be in the key of, would you rather read C sharp or D flat?
D flat.
D flat. I don't know. Right, it's 6 half, 1 doesn't. I mean, one has 5. B flat, E flat, A flat. What's after that? D. Yeah. So all of them are going to go through our circle of this. B, E, A, and then we've got our D. So when we move these up, you're going to see that our D line has it, and they look the exact same thing as the sharps too. After that, D, A, we got our G down here, G, and then we have our C. So in the key here, we can keep going all day long here, but we have all of our chords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are all the notes. So the only notes in the tenor that are not flat notes, for naming them purposely, are the F and the C.
Okay.
Cool. So knowing that we've got these chords, you're going to be in the key of D flat, D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, and C. And then you and I don't think there's really need to write this out, but you and I are in concert pitch still, not concert assembled. This is concert assembled for E flat. This is just registered for a D flat, and then ours is going to be just in C. Alto. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Groovy? And here's kind of where the magic and the fun happens. Harmonizing, blending, hearing that we're in tune with each other. And then being able to work on triads, and then hearing out when notes move and shift. So let's, altos on the same page, let's play just our C. And can you find that note?
I think so.
Cool.
Keep going.
And I heard it on the lower, your second lower note.
That's the one.
Can you work up a scale just from that note? And what is
From
that
here.
fingering there? You've got 3
This is
down and
here.
1.
Yeah.
Cool. So here's the best part. On an alto, it will still be a scale for me. So I could go F, G, A, B flat. So your fingers are going to be this. 3 down and 1. C. Or,
Now.
and then 3. You can play like that with the 2. Yes, but you gotta hold down that one. Okay, here, and here's another thing. Okay, my fingers are on the wrong pads. This one's up here. There it is. Beautiful. Yeah.
So, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Dig it?
So
Yeah. 3 down, 1. Or ignore what I just said and go back to what you're just doing. It sounded
Okay.
great.
I'm not sure if I can go any higher than that though.
To the lower level, right there. Keep these two and hit this one. The bottom. And then one finger? No. No, sorry. Middle finger. These two up. Yep, go back to the beginning. Go to the top, 3 down, 1. There you go. There's your
Awesome.
flat scale.
Alright, cool, thank you.
No, and that's the best part because it tied together when I'm looking at your hands now. If I'm thinking, cool, you got 3 down and 1, well, you're playing a D flat. I'm thinking F. Well, now I have an easier way for me to modulate or reference where you are. Pretty cool. So the idea is we want to deal with 3 different notes. So here, while you're doing your root note, when we're playing this, what do you have? You had a D flat. So I'm going to put it down here as your lower register. You have your D flat right here.
That's that 3 and 1 I started.
You got it. You're 1, 3, 5, and then here. So the notes that we're going to be dealing with is we have a D flat. When we move it here, we're going to have a F, and then we go to the A flat. So the notes that you're hitting, if you skip notes, D flat, F, 2 down, yep, F, and then what's the next one? The A flat. So A flat, and then back up to your D flat. For me, it would sound and look like this. Oh wait a minute, a flat. So all down in 1, 2 down, and then your two down, and then side, and then all 6, and then up to D flat again. Cool. Now, a little side note: there is an octave key right here. You dig what that does?
I think it's
Cool. Cool. Now here, you can achieve the same thing by changing the embouchure of your lips by going from a kind of here to.
okay. That's
So
what
when,
I've been noticing,
yeah, I mean, I do it like in here. If I went. There you go. And the practices is just that. You make them legato, super nice and open flowing, then staccato. So you'd have like wonderful.
Okay.
And then you try it without doing it in the mouth, and you try it just with your thing. What you find is, oh, when you do legato, you kind of have to kind of do staccato too. You have to be like, what are you in a C? So it'd be like. Very cool. So that's the practice. Yeah, it's for the practice.
Okay.
So let's see if we can harmonize on that.
Alright.
Oh my goodness. Is this thing still going? Alright. So I'm filling out his notes too. When we play C down here, can you get your lower register C? So our C, E, G. Cool. So who wants to be on the root? Who wants to be on the third? Who wants to be on the fifth? Oh, this is so exciting. So stoked on this. So much fun.
Root, I guess.
So yours will be, yes? What do you want to do, fifth or third?
I do fifth.
Cool, so you're going to do a G, you're going to do an E. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Try to do your lower G rather than the higher G. 1, 2, 3. Try to play as loud as you can. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All of us squeaked, which means none of us have control over our which is fine. I get it. And now try and go as quiet as you can with getting that ruffle. 1, 2, 3. One of the big things we'll be working on is sustaining notes and acting like we're voices singing together and blending. Another thing is realizing what timing we should have and where we take breath marks. So all three of us aren't like, yeah, all you hear is, so our breath marks is going to be it. So when we print out sheet music and we're doing sight reading, we will mark a little comma above the measure where we're going to be taking our breaths. I'll mark mine for yours in different things, so I just know what yours are, so I'm not doing it. But and then, you know, I would love to do something that has like a little solo, so we can do the 3 stages of it, like beginner, intermediate, advanced, and see how we do over a period.
Yeah, that'd be
Cool.
cool. I like that.
So let's try that again, and what we're going to do this time is we are going to fluctuate. We're going to go up by a major second. If you're playing a G and you go up by a major second, what 2 notes are you playing?
G up, A.
Absolutely. I'm playing an F. Is that
No.
correct? I'm playing an E, and we're in the key of G, so I'm going to go to an F sharp, and then back down. And you're playing a D flat, so you would go from D flat to. That's the third. You want to go to the second. We're just doing a major second.
So you said I want to go to a where?
Just we're doing them up and down. So we're going. He and I are doing. We're going C. His note is G A G. Mine's gonna be E F sharp E. Yours is gonna be D flat E flat E flat D flat.
Okay.
So out of the fingerings, I think it was like this one goes with this one. So it's just taking a finger off, right?
I think so.
Want to try it one time? 1, 2, ready, go. That's our first time moving on a note. That was pretty fun. I don't remember this from being in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Or middle school and then the end of high school. So this is super fun. I love hearing this. It's almost harder than playing loud. Yeah, Donna, it absolutely is. Learn the clef with your mom on cello. That must have been really cool. Right on. Sounding good, guys. We got some positive feedback.
All
Good.
right, cool.
Donna would tell. My wife's on here. They would tell us. All right, so let's do a third note. Let's all do it in equal temperament. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. And remember, when you go for here, you're gonna have your.
So I'm going here.
Dun.
Right.
Groovy. And you're cool. You got G A B, right?
Yeah.
Shoots. I got what? E, F sharp, and G.
I don't know.
Okay, well, no. We're going to switch in a minute. I hope you do. 1, 2, ready, go. You and I went in unison there.
Yeah.
So that can't be right. Is
Oh,
it?
as far as
Or
the
it
sound?
might. I don't know. Here, play it again. That was up. You went
Oh,
1, 1, 3, 4.
I think I hit too high.
Oh, cool. Well, hold on. Let me see what that does on mine. How many fingers did you have down?
And I went.
Oh, it does go up a half step on mine. Cool. Let's try that again then. So, 1, 2, ready, go. Let's hear you singled out. Play yours. D flat. Play your D flat. We're gonna find that note. Oh, what is it? Yeah.
Oh, so I just,
What is that?
that's just without hitting anything, just these two.
Oh.
So.
Wonderful. 1, 2, ready, go. Cool, let's do it again. Everybody take a deep breath. We're going to do it 2 times.
Okay.
I'm going to take my breath in the beginning phrase and then try to get it when you guys take your breaths. I'm just going to try to be mindful now. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Cool. You hear how when I took my breath in the beginning, when you two took your breaths at the same time, I was still going.
Yeah.
That's what we're shooting for.
Okay.
This time, let's go with one more note. Just we're exploring our key. So all of our notes, let's play them together and see what they sound like. What's our last note? We had 1, 2, 3. So you had 1, 2, 3. Middle finger, I think. Pretty sure. Not sure though. Check it out. That would be Lydian. That's a sharp for it. Try without that. Do just the 2 notes down.
Say again.
This one. Let this one go.
Try it. Just this one?
This one go.
Oh, okay.
What is that? Just one finger?
Yeah, just.
I'll have to look up. I'll have to look up the tender fingerings for. If I guess it's not exactly the same.
Yeah.
For me, if B flat is double down in here,
Okay.
and on tenor for sure. I mean, I can't believe I've never seen this before, but I think the reason why I'm judging this wrong on the altos, we don't have another pearly. We have a metal piece right here.
Oh.
This is the
Like
Z,
five.
I think. Yeah. So right here. Oh, you do. Oh, you don't even have. You have your straight down. That's yours. You have a pearly. I've got 4 pearls. I keep my fingers on 3 of them, and this is my dual note. So play your play this note right here.
The top one?
Yeah, no, not top one, the middle there, and then hold that one next to it. Does it cover both pads? Together. Not with 2 fingers, 1 finger.
Oh, just.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's exactly what mine does too.
Interesting.
What note is that in comparison to the other notes in your scale? D flat, E flat. That's it. tenor today. How fun.
Hey.
I
So-
learned so much today.
Yeah.
Let's try those. Let's try our 4-note patterns. We're going to go same pattern we did the first time. We're going to go root, second, third, second root, and then root, second, third, fourth. Third.
So my fourth would be this one that we just.
Oh, let's hear it. Let's play your first note. And then second, third, fourth. So, one thing you're going to want to get used to is this. When you're playing through your scales, once you get all the scales, this will make sense. But for this one, this is a note, right? This is a note, and then this is also where you're holding.
Sliding up to here.
Yeah, not even. You're not even gonna touch that note up there. Like I don't touch that one unless I'm certain here.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is like 1, 2, 3. Those are the ones we were used to. But this is also you use your first finger.
Oh, and just.
You got it, and you center between the 2 pads.
I see.
You betcha.
See
Nice.
what that feels.
It's awkward, I know. That's exactly how I've seen it done too. Perfect. Cool. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1.
1, 2, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. So G,
1, 2,
G,
3.
D.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4, 3, 2,
3,
1.
2, 1.
Cool. 1, 2, ready, go. One, 2, 3, then back to 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the alteration. Cool. 1, 2, ready, go. Groovy. So, do you see how leaving it on that last note could be the ultimate climax?
Mm-hmm.
With that, if our horn line is at something we're all doing, and we hold that note out, that could be a cool way. So what we should do is figure out little hand signals and little, yeah, be like to hold a note. Generally, when I conduct or C conductor, you hold the note like that, shake for vibrato, or just hold it out and then off, you know. Or we can even do like 3 count, 1, 2, 3, off, and just be like da na na. So we know how to do it. Or like a 6 count, da na na.
Then you pass out.
Yeah. And also when we're on our own, practice on note durations.
Mm-hmm.
Take it from being able to hold a note from like. That's about my whole breath. That was what? 6 seconds, 8 seconds. So I'd love to get that up to like 10 or 12. Right on.
I used to do like
About it.
Let's do the same thing that we did, but let's do it staccato. To play staccato, you just don't blow through mouth, through the fuselage. You touch. I do like a tongue at the end. How do you guys do it?
So far, I'm like kind of tightening my mouth up.
Mm-hmm. That drums. If we were to do that. Beautiful. You touching the end of the tongue to it?
No, I'm just puffing it.
Try touch the end of the tongue to it. our first note, let's do those. We're gonna go bum or dun 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 dun. 16th notes. Good job. 1, 2, starting it out. Interesting?
Yeah.
Cool. Those are the things we work on. So when you do them with long notes, like we get variations of different rhythmic patterns and all sorts of cool shit. Right? Oh, cool stuff. My bad. My bad. Cool. Let's do that last thing that we did. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 1, and do them all staccato. 1, 2, ready, go. Nice.
Do we have any questions?
Nah, I'm learning more than I know.
Okay, cool. Without saying any more, is there anything that we would like to cover and maybe like talk about, like a song that you've always wanted to do, a jazz song that we could work up to?
I have to come back to that.
Okay, cool. Some jazz standards that I think would be good are this. I don't know if there's any bands on this island that can play the meters, but I have students that I'm teaching Sissy Strut to, and Hey Pocky Way and stuff like that. Do you know the meters? Oh, you gotta love the meters. Do you know who the meters are?
What song is it?
They've got many. Hey, yeah, Hey Pocky Way, and then the horn section. Hey Pocky Way. It's a band of soul and funk. They're just I'm sure you've heard down 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 down. Well, for us, that in concert pitch, that's B flat F F. So if I was
We want the
transposing,
funk.
huh?
We want the funk.
We'll get that funk. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's hard. So C, B flat, G, C. Oh, you gotta have the funk.
E.
Yeah, and like, since you got yours, can you hit your D flat again? Is that right? I'm playing that note. You would be playing. Yep. C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat. 1, 2. Oh, I'm playing. Oh, so it's a minor 7. So if you're in D flat, the note you're going to want to play is a C. So you can have all tree down in 2. Boom. Go down one more finger. D peg. First one. So you'd have like all tree, all 6 down, and then D. There it is. You hear it?
Yeah. Thanks. Okay.
Yeah. No.
Oh, and then probably back to that. Huh?
Cool, yeah. So, what is that? Money.
Yeah.
Okay, let's work on that one. Is that the name of it? Money. money?
I think
Shoot,
so.
money, and then I will throw this one out. It's a hard one. How about we work up to doing Sissy Strut?
See, sister.
It has this. Ba-da-da-da-da, ba-dum.
Okay.
Ba-da-da-da, and then us in 3-part harmony. Dude, it's so much fun. You had fun today?
Yeah, dude.
Awesome. I appreciate you guys coming out. This means so much. Tell anybody you want about this, yeah? And tell you what, if you guys are watching there at home and you play a woodwind, chime in on our next one. We're going to be doing this jazz ensemble every other month, which gives us a month of work that we could work on, 2 months of work, and then come back. Now, I'm sure all three of us are going to talk to each other in the meantime, but feel free to invite anybody else that plays a woodwind or even brass. It might be hard to do right now, but especially woodwinds.
Yeah.
I'm super stoked. And thank you for those of you who stayed here and checked this out this evening. It means an awful lot. I really enjoy music, and I'm very, very glad, and I'm very grateful for Donna and my wife who are moderating right now on the YouTube channel. I'm very thankful for Laura and Spencer Ohuna who rent us this room so we're able to do all this amazing stuff. I'm able to teach multitudes of different instruments. And there's a super amount of space to do everything we need to do here. And then I'm super, super grateful for all the people in our community that keep coming up and showing up. That's right, Donna, you did major in saxophone, didn't you? Oh, good. I hope we didn't hurt anybody's ears. Anyway, thank you very much for hanging around.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll apologize for the next couple sessions, but after that, we're going to be the rock star Hilo session.
Yeah.
In fact, this gives me the confidence to maybe try out for the Hilo Jazz Orchestra.
No.
No, maybe in like a decade. We're not that good. But we can do Twinkle Twinkle like you wouldn't believe.
Yes.
Anywho, thank you very much for being here. Enjoyed doing this tonight. Ishmael, you majored in music education and percussion. I hope that you check out this channel. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Let's see here. Gouye Pagini. There's no way I'll be able to do any Pagini on sax. Anywho, look at this comment section. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much for being a part of this. We will see you soon. Aloha to you. Aloha. Bom, bom.